Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be tearing apart the 6.0 yet again. So, I feel like I say that way too much. But what we're actually doing in this one is we're going to be pulling this radio out. So, this radio has been, I don't know what it's doing, but it's like the volume is sticking or something. So I had actually hit up the manufacturer, and they said to pull the radio out, send it to them, and they'll warranty it out. So that's what we're gonna do. Apparently the razor blade's still on there from when I stripped the windows. We need to get a buddy of mine's supposed to be cutting these for me, but regardless, we're gonna go ahead, like I said, start getting this radio out and get it shipped off. It's supposed to be 2 weeks. We have a Cars and Coffee coming up in 2 weeks and a couple days. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we will have this whole deal back, and I don't have to drive to Cars and Coffee without a radio. So anyway, first things first, I need to do something with this razor blade. But I'll get this out of here, and we'll go ahead and start getting this whole dash piece off, because this whole piece with all of its electric plugs have to be disconnected, and I gotta take that guy off. So that's that. But regardless, we'll get this all off of here, and we'll go ahead and start taking this radio out and get it ready to ship off. Now, while the radio is out, I'm probably going to go ahead and run everything for subs. And in here, there are the blue and yellow wires in here that I need to connect still. One is for a reverse trigger, and the other one is for, what was that one for? I don't know. Park brake trigger. So we'll do that as well. But regardless, I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna get this dash piece off right here, and go ahead and start getting this radio out, and then probably in the next video we'll wire it for subs and whatnot, and at some point we'll get this stuff connected. I still haven't figured out what I'm gonna do for a sub box yet. I think we're gonna go behind the seat, if we're being completely honest. So we'll figure out something about that. But I do have subs, I do have an amp, I do have wiring. We just need to get it all figured out what I'm gonna do. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and run the wiring. That way we don't have to take all this crap back out again, and we should be good to go. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. First things first, so I need to put this thing all the way down in first, set the park brake, because you need to do that to get this out enough, and you probably will still have to pull this back to do so. But for taking this piece off, we got pull this all the way around, and there are a bunch of clips. Be careful, use your noggin. Try not to break any of these, especially on this truck because of wood grain. But anyway, I want to get all these out, get all these unplugged, because that is not fun, and I'm not gonna bore y'all with that on camera. But after we get this off, I'll show y'all what everything looks like and all the plug-ins and all that kind of thing. Alright, so we got the panel removed. It's not the most fun thing in the world, but have these two. No, this one for the headlight switch, not fun. Got one here for your pedals, I think. One here, you have 4 or 3 here, 2, and then 2 over here. Now, the headlight switch, I did push through the panel, same thing as cigarette lighter. Makes it a little bit easier that way. But now we have some 8s. I think they're 8s, if I remember right, for our radio. And then I have to pull off my adapter piece. And we can go ahead and unplug the radio and get it all out of the way. All right, so I brought all this stuff back in. But the radio's out. Like I said, I need to take my adapter pieces off. And I need to find the box for that radio, which I think is in storage. But I'm going to take the truck for a drive. Haven't drove it in a few days. So, I left the headlight switch out. So, I'll have headlights. Because if you're wondering, if you unplug them, your headlights won't work. So, what I did is I went ahead and left it out of the bezel and whatnot. So I'll take it and we'll plug it back in. That way I have headlights, because it is getting dark. But like I said, I ain't drove the truck in a bit. So since I started it, moved it out of the shop, I figured why not. But let's just take a moment to admire how good this thing looks. Absolutely love this truck. Can't wait to do some more with it. But anyway, I will show y'all. So everything is out, and like I said, I'll plug this back in. 2 plugs, but I'll plug that back in, and we should have headlights, so that'll be a plus, because again, it's getting dark, and headlights would probably be pretty nice to have, but again, it's just these 2 plugs, so that shouldn't be a big deal. But again, we will get the sub-wiring ran. That's why I didn't put this back together. But I'm gonna throw this in real quick. And also, this clip popped off on me. So I'll put it back on here in a moment. But anyway, I'm gonna throw this back in real quick, and we'll go for a little ride. All right, so we've made it back. The headlight switch deal, you only got to plug in 1 plug for that, the gray one. And we got headlights. You can see my door handles. My running lights are on. So we're good to go there. Now, like I said, I gotta do some looking in the shop and find the box that the radio came in. So I need to do that. I need to get that adapter off, which is just, I think it's 3 screws on each side, if I remember correctly. Phillips. But we'll get those off. We'll get that radio boxed up. I need to print my label out, because they did send me a return label. So I'll get that printed out, and we'll get that all situated. Now, before I put the new one in, I do have this little adapter. Where's it at? I don't know. It's in here somewhere. But I do have an adapter from Crutchfield for my steering wheel controls. So they haven't worked in a while, actually. So I'm going to play around with it when we're going back in with the new radio, and make sure we can get these working beforehand. So I do want to drive this thing Cars and Coffee with a radio, but you know, I will if I don't have one, because I don't want to put all this crap back together and then a couple days later take it all back apart. So at some point, I'm hoping this week, my buddy Josh will have our window tint cut. And for these, we're going to have to pull the panels off, because we're taking these seals out. Makes things much easier, and we're doing fronts and rears this time. So this is no tint, and then this is factory rear. So we're doing 15 and then 20 on the back, which should be pretty nice. But regardless, I think that's probably going to be all the changes for Cars and Coffee, other than obviously it needs cleaned, But like I said, that's coming up in 2 weeks. So first Saturday of every month, and they've been doing it at not Red River, Superior Dodge in Conway, Arkansas, if anybody wants to come out. But regardless, that is, yeah, I think that's a wrap for this one. So I'm gonna go in, I gotta do some stuff on the computer, and like I said, I'll come out here in a bit. We'll find that box and everything, get that boxed up, and back off to Boss, and hopefully here in, hope less than 2 weeks, honestly, we'll have our replacement in, and hopefully by then we'll have everything else done that we need to do, and we can go ahead and button this thing back up. But anyway, guys, that's going to be a wrap for this one. So if y'all enjoyed today's video or find it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everybody has a great day.